All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash, and double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to all you Akim out there who pushing this word with all truth and sincerity, and as well as to all you believers out there who believing on the gospel. And it's the brother Quara Abad from the GMS Houston camp. And real briefly, I want to go into another lesson. As you see from the title, I was meditating on this a little bit earlier. You know, it says, why do white people, which we know so-called white people, the biblical nationality, are the Edomites, the nation of Edom. It says, why do white people hate blacks and Hispanics so much? And we found out the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we are the true Israelites of the Bible, the chosen people of the Lord. But even in modern times, you can go back into the scriptures, but in modern times, the hate for or the hate between white people and black people is obvious. It's obvious to other nations. It's obvious to us that look, they different from us, and to them, we different from them. So on and so forth. They despise us, they hate us. All right. You got Karens and Shalom to the brother Shema, Shalom. You got Karens. Just these people got a hate towards the Israelite man, woman, and children. And we know that it's clear. But even if you ask a so-called white person, why you despise black people so much? Like the brother Shamala, he put me on this new, it's not a new TV series, but he put me on this TV series on Amazon. It's called Them. 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 It's good. Binge watched the whole thing, but it's about this black family moving into Compton, California, a white neighborhood in the 1950s, which Compton is predominantly Jake now, mostly black. But the point is, and you see the struggles that they went through. But you ask a so-called white person, why do you hate blacks and Hispanics? They really can't tell you. Well, as it says in the title, the answer is in the Bible. Let me share my screen. The answer in the Bible, and which really the first answer is because the Heavenly Father made it this way. That's the first answer. The Heavenly Father made it this way. And the second answer to that, or the second part to that answer, is that because we have the birthright. We have the birthright. Now, the average Edomite don't know that's why it's in their spirit to hate us that we have the birthright. But these things are just programmed into them. One, the Heavenly Father made it this way. Let me get a precept. He made it this way. And two, they know we're better people than them deep down, and they can't stand it. You see, they can't stand it, man. Let me get this real quick in Sirach, chapter 33. That's how the Most High created the world. Everything have something against it. Well, as far as nations go, the nation of Edom and the nation of Israel will always be against each other. And again, the answer that's in the Bible is, why is it like this? Because the Most High created it like this to fulfill prophecy. And two, going back to the man Esau himself, he didn't start to hate his brother until he realized his brother had that birthright. You see? But let's read this real quick. This is Sirach chapter 33. And I'm gonna start at verse 8. I'm gonna start at verse 10. It says, Sirach 33 and 10. It says, all men are from the ground, and Adam was created from the earth. In much knowledge, the Lord have divided them and made their ways diverse. So everybody came from Adam, but even out of the people that came from Adam, it says he divided them, separated everybody, and made them different. Verse 12, some of them have he blessed and exalted, which are the Israelites, and some of them have he sanctified and set near himself. But some of them have he cursed and brought low and turned out of their places. And that's the nation of, well, all heathens in the whole, but even out of the heathens, the Lord, he have a greater hate for the nation of Edom. And the scriptures pronounce them as the cursed people. Isaiah 34. It says the people of the Lord cursed to judgment. But just like the Lord have a people that he set to himself and blessed and sanctified, well, it says, but some of them have he cursed and brought low and turned out of their places. As the clay is in the hand, it's like as the clay is in the potter's hand to fashion it at his pleasure, so man is in the hand of him that made him to render to them as like of him best. So in other words, the Most High created everything. He can do what he want to it. He can do what he wants to his creation. And part of his creation, part of this story is that the so-called white man, the nation that he cursed, the lowest of all nations, that he was going to have them to have a great hate towards his nation. And then in the end, he was going to allow the so-called white man to rule the world. And in doing that, when the judgment comes, it's going to be that much more worse for Esau. One, because of what he did to the nation of Israel. You see? Like Ezekiel 35 is the perfect example because of what he did to the nation of Israel. That's why great judgment coming. But again, if the Lord ain't set Esau up to hate us as much, then none of this will be fulfilled. There's great destruction when come as it is. But the Lord had to program Esau to take it this far with us, man. To take it that with us. Verse 14, it says, good is set against evil and life against death. So is the godly against the sinner and the sinner against the godly. So look upon all the works of the Most High, and there are two and two, one against another. You see? Now I'm going to get this real quick. I'm gonna hold Romans 9 on deck, and I'm going to hold Genesis 27. Right? So there's Genesis 27, because again, first and foremost, the Lord created these people to have a hate towards the Israelites. We're going to read that in in Romans, the 9th chapter. But to add on to the hate that the Most High already put in their spirit, they needed a reason. You see, they needed a reason to trigger that hate in them. Look, the serpent was always in the garden, but once he seen, Adam balling, doing this thing, naming the animals, he felt some type of way. Like what it's saying, wisdom of Solomon, through envy of the devil, came death into the world. He felt some type of way. A little jealous. That's why he moved on Eve. But the same thing for Esau. Well, the same thing for Cain. See, it's in a spirit. The same thing for Cain. The hate always been there. They just need a reason to get mad. Just like Karens today. Karen and them white men want to call the cops. They hate you already, but they just need a reason to call the cops. Right? After Abel did a sacrifice and Cain ain't get accepted, all Cain needed was that reason. And therefore he went slay his brother. So what was the reason for Esau? Because the hate was always in him, but Jacob never did nothing, I guess, to bring it out of him. But once Esau realized Jacob was about to receive that birthright, that's when he got mad. That's when it seeped out of him. That's when that hate that the Most High created in his spirit came out. Let's read this in who I want to start at. Because in Genesis 27, Esau and Jacob get their blessing. But let's start in Romans 9, just to go to the ultimate answer. The Most High made it this way. That's it. This Romans 9, we'll get straight to the point. We're going to read down because I got to head out here in a few. But this is Romans 9. We're going to start at 11, just to show even before it was the birthright came into play. The Most High wanted the story to be like this. This is Romans chapter 9 and verse, I'm going to start at 10. It says, and not only this, but Rebekah also conceived by one, even by our father Isaac. Right? And Isaac had two children. Now check out what it's going to say. It says, for the children, which those children were Jacob and Esau. But check it out. It says, for the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil. See, none of them. Esau wasn't born to do evil or attempt to do good. And Jacob, he wasn't born to do good yet and led astray to do evil. None of this happened yet. But without them being here, guess what? That was the plan, though. It says, for the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, it's the reason, but that the purpose of the Most High, according to election, might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth. This is the way the story gonna go. It says, it was said unto her. So look, when these white people show hate, these Edomites show hate, guess what? It's okay. That's how the story gotta go. It's all right. The story gotta go this way. It says it was said unto her, because look, if it didn't go this way, if we wasn't hated and talked about right now, when the elect get saved, how could wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter, be fulfilled? In order for us, in order for them to be shocked on why somebody elect gonna be getting saved, the ones that they laughed at, scoffed at, thought our lives was nothing, we have to be taken as nothing right now. But let's continue this. It says, it was said unto her, the elder, right? The two children she had, the elder shall serve the younger. And we know who came out first. Esau came out first. So as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. It says, what shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with the Most High? The Most High forbid. For he said to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and compassion on whom I will have compassion. Now it says, so then it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of the Most High that showeth mercy. And again, this is how the Most High wanted the story to go. And this is why. For the scripture said unto Pharaoh, right? Just like Pharaoh, the Most High allowed Egypt to grow great, you see, as a nation, mighty and strong, and Pharaoh was lifted up. They had the Israelites in captivity. Pharaoh was lifted up. And the Most High wanted him to get to that level. Just so when the Most High do come in and judge him, it's going to show the power of the Lord, man. And people is going to fear him because of that. The same thing he allowed Esau to do. He allowed Esau to get powerful, have a military, so on and so forth. Right? Hate Jacob as well, just like Pharaoh was doing. But it's all for a purpose. It says, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared through all the earth. Therefore, having mercy on whom he will have mercy, and whom he hardeneth, he will. Now it says, thou wilt say unto me, why doeth he yet find fault? For who have resisted his will? So it would seem as why the Most High mad at Esau if he making him do this. You see, if he making Esau do this, why the Most High got a problem with it? It says, nay, but O man, who art thou to reply against the Most High? Shall the thing form? Say to him that formed it, why hast thou made me thus? Have not the potter power over the clay, right? The Most High got power over his creations. It says, of the same lump, which both of these sons came from Isaac, Isaac being that lump, of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor, Jacob have he loved unto honor, right? And another vessel unto dishonor, that's Esau. But it says, and what of the Most High willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, endure with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction. And that's all we're seeing right now. Right? That's all we're seeing right now. The Most High allowed Esau to hate. Let me go to Genesis 27 on why. What triggered Esau to hate? I just wanted to get this first to show, look, it's always been in their spirit. The Most High created him to be against Jacob, and Jacob to be against Esau. But Esau really gotta hate, because you know our people go forgive and love and move on, and move on after that. Esau, they got a hate that they can't move past. But it's why though? Well, first we getting the Most High made it like this, but what triggered it? We're gonna get that. But it says, and that he might make and that he might make known the riches of his glory on the vessels of mercy, which he had afore prepared unto glory. And that's what's coming. He gonna show that Jacob his chosen people through glory. But let's get this. Now, this going back to when Jacob and Esau was on the scene, the men themselves. And we just read, before anything was created, they was already set against each other. Before they was even in the womb, they was already going to be against each other. And even in the womb in Genesis 25, they was fighting each other. Right? But this hate that they was going to keep in them, what was going to trigger that? Let me jump down, because this is when Esau got his blessing. Well, first Jacob got his blessing, and Esau realized it, and he felt played because it hit him what he gave up. And then now Esau getting his blessing, but it was told to him, one, his wasn't gonna be forever, and two, he was gonna have to get it by the sword. Now check it out. This is let me jump down a little bit, because if you know the story, that's what made it worse for Esau. You know how Jake and his mama kind of went about getting the birthright. But again, it was written like that. But let me see where I want to start. So I'm gonna start at 32. This is Genesis 27 and 32. Let's see what pulled that hate or drew that hate out of Esau, which still is instilled in his descendants today against the nation of Israel. This is Genesis 27 and 32. And Isaac his father said unto him, who art thou? That is after Jacob just left, just got the blessing. You see? And he said, I am thy son, thy firstborn Esau. And Isaac trembled very exceedingly and said, Who? Right? Where is he that have taken the venison and brought it to me? And I have eaten of all before thou camest and have blessed him. Yeah, and he shall be blessed. Because remember, Jacob dressed up, act like Esau, and not that he did it in a wicked way. Because remember, he was already given a birthright from Esau. This is how the Most High had it go in the story. You see? And Isaac was going blind, so he really ain't know that. But it says, and when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceeding bitter cry, because he realized what he gave up. Look, this man gave up the kingdom of heaven. I'm just saying what we got as Israelites, because he gave up the birthright. Everything. Everlasting life, new bodies, Yahweh they saviors, so on and so forth. When he realized he gave it up and Jacob got it, he was hurt. This that victim crime right here. You know that the modern day white person, they may start something, and then when you retaliate, they play victim like a Karen. This is what Esau did. See, it's in their spirit. Esau turned into a Karen right here. He says, and because look, he already sold it, but now he's trying to blame it on Jacob. You gave it away. It says, and when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceeding bitter cry, and said unto his father, Bless me, even me also, O my father. And he said, Thy brother came with subtlety and have taken away thy blessing. And he said, Is not he rightly named Jacob? For he have supplanted me these 2 times. See, he's trying to blame Jacob, but Esau, 2 chapters ago, you sold it. You told him, look, this birthright don't mean nothing to me. I'm going to die if I don't get none of that food you got going over there, Jacob. Because look, Esau was hungry in Genesis 25. All Jacob said was, give me your birthright now, I'll give you food. That man, Jacob ain't put no knife to your neck. You see, he ain't put a bow and arrow to your neck and said, give me that, give me the birthright. No, he just said it and you agree. You said, all right, cool. You ain't have to, see, you did it, but now you're trying to blame Jacob. But this is going to the point, he's playing victim. He fair play, he got to play victim. So it says, Esau said he took away my birthright, and behold, now he have, and I mind you, look, he crying right now. And behold, now he have taken away my blessing. And he said, Hast thou not reserved a blessing for me? And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, Behold, I have made him thy Lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants, and with corn and wine have I sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son? Look, I bless your brother Jacob. You gonna have to be his servant. He gonna be your Lord and everybody else's Lord. He gonna be extremely blessed. So when Esau heard that, not today again, when these white people hear about any recognition, something going to a black person, they hate it. They get under their skin. Even a simple thing when Jake was saying Black Lives Matter, there was no blue lives, all lives matter. We matter too. You see? When you mention a so-called black person doing this, then they got to bring up a white person. Or Esau don't like to see Jake excel, man. So right here, remember, right here, when Esau heard that hate that we started with in the beginning that the Most High put in him, it was drug out of him because of what? Because of the blessing. Now, the average Edomite, they don't know that's why they hate us. It's just in their spirit for them to, but they know deep down we better than them. We better than them. You see, now that we bringing out the truth and they hearing it, they understand, look, we got something greater coming than what they had. That drives their hate even more, man. We the chosen people of the Lord. It says, and Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing? My father blessed me, even me also, my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling. So Esau about to get a blessing too. And look, we living in his blessing right now. This was fulfilled through America coming into play. This is how he got the dominion over the whole world. By that sword. It says, Thou blessing shall be the fatness of the earth and the dew of heaven from above. And by thy sword shall thou live and shall serve thy brother. So that's how he was going to get his blessing, by where that sword. It ain't just like Jacob. Look, I was just going to be given to us. Esau had to get his by the sword. It says, And it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion, thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. Now, this is the point. Verse 41. And Esau hated Jacob. What's the title again? Why do white people hate blacks and Hispanics so much? This is our answer right here. First answer, because the Most High program them to be like that, to hate us. But every time in every age, those Edomites, whether they was called the serpent or Cain or Esau, their hate was already in them. They just needed a situation to arise to bring it out. Remember the serpent in the garden, it was in him. He was just, he was hating on Adam through envy of the devil, right? Like it's saying Wisdom of Solomon. So what? He went to the woman. The same thing with Cain. He felt played. But and look, Abel been his brother, but what made him finally say, man, F it, I'm about to kill Abel? He was jealous. He was hating on him. Because he ain't do the sacrifice right. And the same thing for who? Esau. The hate been in him against Jacob. Look, they was fighting in the womb. You think it when they was born and they was children, they grew up and they was teenagers, they was okay then. They ain't never have no fuss. No, I'm sure they had fuss and fights. Look, if they was fighting in the womb, umbilical cord and all around necks, if they was fighting in the womb, you don't think they had quarrels as they was on earth growing up? But the point was, what finally took it there for Esau when he said, I'm about to kill Jacob? When he realized Jacob had that blessing and Jacob was about to get blessed. How much more now? And that's the same thing Esau realizing. Now we pushing out the truth. He realizing his blessing is about to get taken away, just like Esau. His blessing was taken away, the birthright, and Jacob was going to get blessed instead. That's the same thing they seeing now. So therefore, he go come in like a flood with great wrath. He want to kill Jacob again. That's why, hey, Jacob's trouble. You see? But why? Because of the blessing, because we about to get ours, man. That's why they hate in them. That's why they hate niggas and Mexicans and Native Americans so bad. Because one, the Lord put it in a spirit to hate us for prophecy's sake. You see, for a great judgment to come at the end of the world, but also because they know we the chosen people and we got the blessing, the promises, the covenants, everything from the Most High that was given to them, they forefather. But our forefather was the one who inherited that blessing. And they still can't get over it. Again, the average Edomite don't know this, but the elites of their nation knew. That's why it drives them so much to keep Jake in the lower state and fill our neighborhoods with drugs and rap music and niggas and sexy reds. You see? Because they know what's going on. They want their birthright back. That's why they allowing Jake to do all this wickedness and go to the Most High, like I said in Revelation 12, accuse us to our power, so therefore he could never have mercy on us. But they forgot about the elect. You see? They forgot about the elect. Esau won his birthright back. That's why he trying to form his own birthright right now through technology, trying to live forever through technology. It's over. And him knowing he ain't gonna ever get that, that's what make him hate Jacob even more. This message that we coming out, now look, the average American white person starting to hit that we the real Israelites and the table's about to turn. That's gonna make them hate us even more. So it's in them to hate the Most High. Put it in a spirit to hate Jacob. But what brought it out? That they ain't the chosen ones, and we the ones that's gonna get blessed. Esau can't stand that, man. Let's read this. It's Genesis 20, 27 and 40. 41 again. And Esau hated Jacob because it's the reason. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand, and then will I slay my brother Jacob. So the hate was already and always been in Esau since the world began. But what brought it out? When he seen, just like what brought Cain's out, what brought the serpents out, when he seen that Jacob was gonna get and do better than them. And they can't stand that today. When niggas do better than a white person, Mexicans do better than a white person, Hispanics, they don't like that. Esau don't like that. Because look, they hate in them. They just need a reason to bring it out. And the Most High give multiple reasons. But it's in them, first and foremost, that was programmed to be a low-life, hating, wicked nation, man. To hate Jacob. You see? Now, Jake, on the other hand, we don't like Esau either, but our people could be forgiven. They could put it behind him and move forward. But Esau, he just can't. He can't. Why? Because one, he realized what he gave up and he'll never get it back again. And he hate that his little brother, his greatest rival, We gonna get it, man. That drives a fire in them. Let's read this again. I'll probably end it. This is Genesis 27:41. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. That's the reason. Other than the Most High created in them, that's the reason. Because we got the blessing, they don't. Because we are special people and they not. Even the thing is melanin in our skin, they try to clown us because we darker, but that's the reason. They the fucking reason tanning salons so popular because they want to get darker. What we talking about? Because they want to get darker, right? They wish they could, the simple things is this jump from free throw lines and be trendsetters of the world, but they ain't got it. They ain't got it, and that's another thing that drives them crazy that they just ain't got it, like the Lord blessed the nation of Israel with, man, and they hate that. You see? In other words, they hate that they not us. But I'm gonna end it right there. Let's read this again. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father at hand, and then will I slay my brother Jacob. You see? Let's read this. And these words of Esau, her elder son, were told to Rebekah, and she sent and called Jacob her younger son, and said unto him, behold, thy brother Esau, as touching thee, do comfort himself, proposing to kill thee. So Esau was taking comfort that he wanted to kill his brother. So that, and we see it today, a way they could take comfort to tickle their fancy and to ease their wrath. They wanna do some damage to niggas, man, to Mexicans and Native Americans. That make them feel better. Cause look, nothing else can make them get the birthright back. They can't get it back. So what make a so-called white man, woman, and child feel better when they harm an Israelite? Because that's the only thing they could do. You can't get the birthright back. You can't be better than us and special than us. That's the only thing you can do. You see? So we see, look, the Lord, what's the answer to this? The Lord programmed the nation of Edom to hate so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And the Lord gives situations on earth to bring that hate out. And the main one, number one reason is he gave us the birthright and took it from them. And Esau can't stand that. They can't stand to see that we special and they not. But I'm in it right there. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory once again unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakwadash, and double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to all you Wakim out there who pushing this word with all truth and sincerity, and as well as to all you believers out there who believe it on the gospel. Hey, keep fighting, keep pushing. We're almost out of here. And with that, shalom. The water for tuning in, shalom.